Okay. More Outer Wilds again, more because I really want to continue playing this game. I'm very curious as to how all this is going to work out and what the frick is going on and stuff. So my brain has been wondering about it all week. So, well, I decided to play it again this week. Because, you know, only being able to play a game once a week that you're actively thinking about in some manner is very, very, very annoying. So, music pause, unmute game audio, there's the game, edition, switch over to Outer Wilds, and while that's loading up, I'm gonna plug in the controller. Camera. Thank you. Oh, the little mechanical part of this. Wait. Only my neck didn't hurt. Oh, let me go grab my wrist brace while I'm waiting. I'll be back in 2 seconds. We'll keep talking, though, because that makes things good content, right? Hope so. Okay. Hopefully. That's how that works. I doubt it, but you never know. It's moderate goof, so sometimes that's helpful. Not that I'm, like, gauging for audience or something. I'm just trying to get things to work. Honestly, the thing I'm betting on for audience is my other project that I've been working on, which is a big whole thing. Controller pickup. Now, if I recall correctly, I did want to do... Okay, so I figured out how to go into the depth of... Alright, I need to get on my spacesuit before I can look at the map. So I learned how to do Giant's Deep, but on Brittle Hollow, there still is the whole thing with that tower that needs to be handled. Because you get the lunch. Yeah, because I didn't get to read all the text there. I was scrambling while the game was, or while the world was exploding. But I also know I can't do that immediately, so... But I saw this thing, so let's check it out. Can't look down. Okay, now I'm on the thing. No, let's signal the quantum moon. heck? Now, what's interesting about all of this, that this looks different than the last time. It almost looks like the lanterns. I visited the lanterns like once when I played this game before, for the most part. But what's this? Huh. Oh, does this track where it currently is? Recall the rule of the 6th location. You have recalled the rule of quantum imaging. Recall the rule of quantum entanglement. You've recalled the rule of quantum imaging. Recall the rule of the 6th location, and recall the rule of quantum entanglement. Oh, that thing disappeared. So I remember something about, I need to go to the North Pole. This seems like a way north. Well, if I go in this, I don't want to activate it. But I'm curious if this is different. I am here after watching it wander the skies for so long. I'm about to stand for the first time on the quantum moon. As expected, my shuttle has landed on the moon's south pole. I will make the remaining of my journey on foot. I do not know why the quantum moon always welcomes its visitors at the south pole, just that it's true. As a child, I considered such unknown sinister. Now, though, I understand that they bear no ill will. The universe is as we are, and we are. I'm ready. Okay, yeah, so I think that this is still Solomon's ship. Definitely don't want to go anywhere. I want to be here. No, I lost the bridge. There was a bridge up, but I saw the ship, and I'm like, I want to check it out again. There's my ship. Well, let's just keep going, I guess. Around, around, and around until... Wait. I'm done. Fuck me. Well, hopefully I don't die. As long as I'm going towards both of them, I don't care which one I land on. Oh. That's why it was so hard to move. I was being sucked towards the sun. I was like, man, why can't I make any progress? Honestly, having memories of smacking face first into the sun sounds very unpleasant. Yeah, so you don't want to go above the clouds, because you instantly are doomed. Also, the moon can appear above any of the locations, and it has differences based on each, which is interesting. But now it's time to go to Giant's Deep, like I originally planned. Negative. There we go. There we go. So that goes up. I didn't remember which one was which. I probably should have looked, but... So clockwise goes up. That means counterclockwise goes down. This one's spinning different. Look, it's confusing when you're underneath it, which one's going which way. They're all spinning that way, that means the one spinning... So... There you are, you're spinning the opposite direction. Oh, maybe I have to go, like, further up. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of bad ship design when everything has to be repaired from outside the ship. I forgot to put on gear. Thankfully, this area seems to have oxygen. Put that stuff on. Let's see. Escape pod 1, old settlement, panel. I did a lot of things. Ocean's present calm beneath the current. Some sort of electrical field surrounds the planet's core. You'll know a vessel encountering a signal. You'll have Dark Bramble ensnaring the Naomi vessel. You'll have the 3 escape pods evacuating the Naomi vessel. Or Nomai, sorry. One of the 3 Nomai escape pods landed somewhere on Hourglass Twins. One of the Nomai escape pods never made out of Dark Bramble. Nomai wrapped this solar system in a spaceship, warped to this solar system invasion called the Vessel. They were attempting to follow a signal from the eye of the universe. The vessel crashed somewhere in Dark Bramble. The vessel's warp core broke when the ship crashed in Dark Bramble. One of the 3 Nomai escape pods crashed in our solar system. All 3 escape pods were launched from something called the Vessel. One of 3 Nomai escape pods that crashed in the solar system. Called the Vessel, which was badly damaged. Nomai constructed a temporary settlement beneath their crashed escape pod. The Nomai worked together to recall an eye-shaped signal they encountered while aboard the vessel. The signal was somewhat older than the universe itself. Somehow older than the universe itself, the Nomai decided to call it the Eye of the Universe. Nomai abandoned the settlement over growing concerns about its stability. Okay, Quantum Moon. I found a dead Nomaian spaceship near the South Pole. I was able to land on the surface of the Quantum Moon. Oh no, it was this. Quantum Shrine. Nomai Shrine that wanders about the Quantum Moon. You have recalled its role of quantum imaging. It's inscribed in the next mural of the tower on an island. Recall the role of quantum entanglement. It's inscribed next to a mural of the quantum shard in a cave. Recall the role of the 6th location inscribed next to a mural of the tower hanging above a black hole. Oh, I completely missed this. Next to a mural of a quantum shard in a cave, so that's probably Hourglass Twins. Described on a mural of a tower on an island. Yeah, okay. So I have to go to the Hourglass Twins to figure out the last bit I need for that, I guess. Southern Observatory. Oh yeah. New, more sensitive. Oh no, that's where sorry, I got all the information needed from the quantum part. It was the Southern Observatory I failed to research, right? New, more sensitive locator than I built. This observer was unable to detect any traces of the eye signal. Based on their knowledge of the quantum moon, the Nomai believe the eye in a distant orbit around the sun. Eye was in a distant orbit around the sun. Most cyclones sunshine deep quacklies. There are cyclones and the Nomai used to send components into orbit. There also exists a rare type of cyclone that spins in the opposite direction and pushes objects beneath the water and below the current. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I need to check out more stuff in different places, but let's, for now, continue. You're the odd one out. Let's go from higher up. Nope, it's still broken. Okay. There it is. There we go. Let me up. There we go. Okay. You are an opposite spinner. Right? Yeah. I don't care. Let me figure this out. The opposite spinner also is kind of a different color. Was it? No, it wasn't. reactor alarm. That's not good. How do I get below then if... Okay. Well, I have part of the puzzle. Definitely need to figure out more of this. But I think I'm gonna have to do it through experimentation, because it seemed like that was just supposed to be, do this and you're good. Spins, that spins. This one is different. So, how? You're all spinning clockwise or you're counterclockwise? What's weird is I kind of almost seem to sink beneath it a little bit beforehand. Is it that the ship's too big and doesn't sink fast enough? Do I have to get out? Maybe I have to get out. Eh. Try it. Works. Hello? What is happening? Why is my gravity zero? Well. So I can't seem to enter that, which is unfortunate. Why am I in the falling animation? Wait a second. Oh, wait. Hold on. There's 2 layers. Okay. There's the current, and then there's the electrical storm. Okay. Okay. I see. I've been misunderstanding this. So there's 2 layers I have to go through. Well, let's first get through the first one then. Okay. So... let's look around a little bit. damage. No, okay. So it still won't let me pass. Can I go through? It may damage electrical systems, but maybe I could go through it. Also could be very stupid and kill me. Okay, I'm below the current then. Let's check some other stuff out. That hurt me, obviously. I'm actually curious if this unlocks something. No. Okay, so I made it below the current. How, then, do I make it into the electrical area? Do I poke a jellyfish? What happens if I poke a jellyfish? What if I leave the electrical systems damaged? We'll try that next time. But I poked a jellyfish. Come on. Let me in. Burp. Why am I having so much trouble controlling this? Go. There we go. Huh. No. So another factor, maybe. Okay, that was an idea. I see the jellyfish coming out and then back. They seem to go back down. Whole glowing center thingy. Not sure what that's all about. Why is it going here? Okay. Well, right now I'm below the giant island, which is neat. Do I want to? I don't want to go above. So we got big electric jellyfish. And then we've got... Do they go back down, or do they only go up? Maybe there's like a... I've seen areas with the... like right here. Oh, my electrical systems are damaged. Okay, let me... That might help me discover something, so let's go and fix that, and then I'll check signal scope stuff. Huh. Hello. I'm trying to figure out how to get below electricity without getting electrocuted. I mean, I'm trying. This is interesting. Hold on. Oh my gosh, this is how you do it. You just have to be very careful. And like wait until you don't see giant electric bolts and then you can go down more. It's like, okay, okay. Okay. This is working. Here we go. Nope. Go down. So it's like a giant invisible maze where... Oh. Nope. You can only tell by getting close when you're about to get zapped. Nope, wrong direction, frick. Okay. Okay. Getting close. Let's find another spot. Okay. Hopefully I don't run out of oxygen. That would be bad. Hopefully this also isn't too flashing for people. Okay, okay. Can't tell if I'm making progress or not. Well, I'm dead anyway. Maybe I have to go to the South Pole. Yeah, so it did bump me out a bit. So I do have to be careful about it. Anyway, sun blew up. Maybe I should go back to the Southern Observatory and see if I can't figure out something new. That's the Southern Observatory on Brittle Hollow, that is. Did I say anything? I should also check out Timber Hearth some more. I should also go to, you know what? I mentioned Brittle Hollow. Let's go to Hollow's Lantern. I wish there was a button for only negating like vertical and horizontal. I guess there technically is. Do anything other than be a dick. Wait, I saw ruins. Hold on. No, it wasn't that one. What about... Well, don't get hit. That would also be bad. Nope, wasn't you either. What about this one? Nope. Nope. There we go. Found it. Okay. Timber Hearth. Friends in the Timber Hearth mines. The last type of ore you sent us survives the longest indirect heat. Can you send us more of the same for additional... Can you send us more of the same for additional testing? I forgot to do voices. We're attempting to improve its durability, and our forge has already burned through everything you sent. Well, deliver more ore to Hollow's Lantern We'll deliver more ore to Hollow's Lantern immediately. You must be fired up about crafting the Ash Twins project. Yes. The idea of an encasement that's supernova-proof, however briefly, has kindled my curiosity. My gratitude. I imagine we'll also have an updated estimate soon of how much ore is needed to seal off the Ash Twins project. Will it be more than we initially thought? Will it be more than we initially thought? It will be significantly more. The smallest crack or opening in the protective shell would destroy everything. Yeah, the mine I found, yep. Increased solar activity detected. Increased volcanic activity detected. Location is now inhospitable. Evacuation recommended. Okay. Neat. Where's my ship? My ship doesn't even show up. I think it... Okay, well... That's one way to get my ship back. That's got to be a painful way to die, jumping into lava. Volcanic testing site. Our samples from the Nomai mines on Timberhearth were sent to this volcano for durability testing. The Nomai were trying to craft a briefly supernova-proof shell to encase the Ash Twins project. Even the smallest crack or opening in the protective shell would destroy everything. Yep. Okay, let's try and make our way to the South Pole on Brittle Hollow. Curious about this. This is the satellite that takes pictures of stuff, I'm guessing. Yep. Go. Now I'm making progress towards it. Come on. Come on. Dang it. Okay. 50 should be sustainable. Go up to 100. Okay, let's try to slow him down. 100. Nope. Okay. There we go. Let's check this thing out. I'm curious. Play recording.
Gabro here, checking in on the deep space satellite per ground control's request to check out a possible equipment problem. See Hornfeld's I do too work. You know, I wouldn't mind being a satellite. It's peaceful out here, among the distant stars and the soft velvety darkness. But it's awfully nice for naps too. Alright, the lens. Alright, little satellite, I'll see what the trouble is. Huh, everything looks okay. Ground control. Looks okay, ground control. No dust or scratches on the lens, and no evidence of sparking or violent explosions. Guess that rules out an equipment malfunction after all. Hear that, pal? You're in great shape. Keep up the good work out here. Oh. Deep space satellite. Oh, it's from this thing. Okay.
Well, cool. I found the deep space satellite. Didn't really have much to do. I assume the thing that it saw is the eye that we're looking for, but that thing jumps around like crazy. Ooh. Wait, what? Just in case it's quantum, I'm keeping an eye on this. What the frick is you? Whoa. It's like a... Whoa, that's cool. It's like a little... So you have to get like a decent way above. There it is. Guess it's forcing me back. Heading towards destination. Okay, so it forces me back, but doing all this automatically. I think it's just if you get too far away. So curious as to what this is. Actually, yeah, keeping locked onto the sun is a good idea. That'll allow me... It seems to be stationary based off something. But it seems to be stationary based off the sun. So... This is kind of a cool effect. Is... The hell? What is this? Whoa. Well, this is interesting. Where the hell am I? Unknown language. Another civilization. Interesting. Oh. There we go. Good enough. Okay. Why is this, like, made out of wood? What? Whoa. Okay, so this controls it by... How do I get... Alright, okay. This is crazy. Well, so it's a little ring world. Fascinating. I was not expecting this. I just happened to see that weird little, like, glitch thing that they talked about. And then I'm like, let's go to it. And it's a little ring world. So these are not the other people. No, they have 2 eyes. They have even less eyes. They're even more freaky. I'm gonna have to find a way to translate this stuff. Seems oh yeah, I guess that's one of the things that drops. I'm so confused. Dang. Well, what's in this little hut? Is this where I was? I don't know. Was. Okay. Interesting. So there's an event that happens over here. No, I wanted to... No. Dang it. Woo. No. Okay. Just hit my head a little bit, that's fine. It's just a very minor concussion. I'm getting a little bit better at controlling this thing. So, I can't help but feel like the sudden destruction of this thing might have something to do with the destruction of the world. I guess. What the hell? I have no idea what this is. So interesting. I'm getting chills. It's just like, who expected a third civilization was at work? Nope. Screwed that up. This. So this is a thing. Oh. Oh. So... got moons. We got a fire signal. The fire's supposed to be the sun. Then... oh, these look like the twins. Maybe you? No, that's Brittle Hollow, if anything. Oh no, that's the sun. Hold on. Sun. Ember twins. Parthian? Brittle Hollow. No. Ugh. So, there's definitely like a weird thing that happens. Like, you see how like it lags in a weird direction almost? Oh. Okay. Well. I guess I have an idea. Oh, I can't. Ugh, okay. The sun, bracket, fire, bracket, fire. Sun, bracket, fire, bracket, fire. Interesting. So, this is the big wheel thing. There's something in the middle that's malfunctioning, which is drawing in a ship? Ugh. I'm just getting, like, weird, eerie chills from all of this. Ugh, I hate the weird centrifugal effect. Oh. No. Is there a projector? Ah, up here. There we go. Wait a second. Oh, I need one of those lanterns. Oh, the sun blew up. Dang. Oh. Brr. Now, the question is, do I go back there or try and do something else? I think I'm going to try and do something else. But now I know how to get there. Oh, that place, like, honestly, the reason I want to go back there is because it was giving me the heebie-jeebies. Hey, hold up a second. Yeah, I already know the launch row. What? No, I was going to tell you about using the ship log to set destination markers for locations you visited before. It's a brilliant feature, I'd say so myself. Dead useful, and the risk of it possesses shorting out the fuel regulator and causing the ship to explore is minimal. So minimal that only Gaussen would worry about it. Wait, how do I use it? When you're on the ship, open up its log to the location you want to mark. Anywhere is fine, as long as you've been there at least once. Hop in the pilot seat and the ship will throw a destination marker on your display. It's that easy. Wow, Slate. How do you come up with these incredible ideas? Oh, I do the best I can with what I've got, really. You're too kind. Slate, you're a technological marvel. Whoa, say that again, please. That sounds good when it's not sarcastic. Anyway, I've got a fire to enjoy, and you got launch codes to grab. Go wild with the marking feature while you're out there. Just try not to follow it so directly you fly into the sun, okay? Hold up a second. What? No, I was gonna. How minimal are we talking? Minimal, stars above. You worry too much. If anything's going to kill you, it's the autopilot. Wow, Slate, how do you come up with it? Okay. That's not what my voice sounds like. Everyone's a critic. Anyway, I've got fire to enjoy. Okay. Well, let's see how this autopilot works. I kind of vaguely remember this was a thing. Stranger. River Lowland. Cinder Island. Reservoir. Massive artificial ring world hidden within some sort of cloaking field. Does not appear to be a Hearthian or Nomian, Nomian in design. Or in origin. An enormous reservoir with wooden pier and building on both shores. I found a room with a burn control interface and a projection that seems to indicate a broken connection between the stranger and another craft. A low-lying region near the entrance to the stranger. There are wooden buildings along the banks of the river. A pair of small rocky islands connected by a village of stilt houses. No wonder that thing pointed to something different. There's so much to try and figure out. Okay. How do I do the autopilot thing? Oh, up. Engage autopilot. Oh gosh, that scared me for a second. So if I go to there, I can, like, it'll autopilot me to get to there. What about the interloper? I could check that out. I want to see if I can't get to the giant steep thing, though. I want to get below that crazy lightning storm. I think I was figuring it out, probably. Wait. There we go. Want to make sure. Wait. Let's autopilot. So the quantum moon is... Ooh. Yeah. Different. Depending on a lot of stuff. Nope, don't go above. There we go. There we go. Wait. Fuck. I spin enough. Yeah. There we go. So I'm guessing that weird black thing is the signal. Currently in the deep. So there's a quantum moon location. Call the rule of quantum inching. Call the rule of the sixth location. Call the rule of quantum entanglement. Okay, so... Yeah, okay, I see. There's a big shard. Okay, so I think that's the Ash Twins. I'm gonna have to go to the Ash Twins before I figure anything out. Sudden rock. Probably before I can, figure out how to get to the North Pole, I'm guessing. So, let's ignore it for now. There we go. Is the one spinning counterclockwise? Clockwise, 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 clockwise. Clockwise, clockwise, clockwise. Clockwise, clockwise. Clockwise, clockwise. Counterclockwise. Okay. I'm gonna have to get out of the ship anyway to do this part. Let's repair some stuff. No. And lights. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear, all good. There's something else. Ah, aft hull. Ah, starboard hull. There we go. Nope, upper hull. Okay. Let's try this flashing nightmare again. Can I see like which direction it's less? Oh. Is it a time thing? Oh, it's a time thing. Maybe. The question is, am I making progress? I feel like I am. Oh no, I'm floating up a bit. Jellyfish. Got another jellyfish. Okay, got zapped. What if I flashlight? Let's head back to the ship for a second. Did you float above the current? No, I think you're still below the current. I just didn't get super close to the thing, apparently. Oh no, you did float above the current. Clockwise, clockwise. Clock, clock, counterclock. Wow. Come on. Give me something. I can't tell if I'm making progress or not, which really sucks. So I'm able to get below here. That's Astrune no, that's Astrune Project. You are settlements. You are the probe cannon. Okay, we're going back to Brittle Hollow. Got that whole thing. Okay. Let's see if I can't get to the black hole. Or not the black hole, the Southern Observatory. Problem is, by not going here early on, what the hell? I think I just broke my camera. Okay. Good enough. Oh no. This has been electric. Oh yeah, it was electric. There we go. Come on. I don't even know I'm bothering. Okay. Southern Observatory, let's go. hopefully this gives me enough to get there. To get there. Frick. There we go. So let's keep looking this way. Ah, hey, I don't dizzy myself. Yep. Oh yeah, I need to activate it first. Now the question is, I think I need to murk myself, and then I can, probably make it work again. Where do I want to go? Not down. Definitely not down. Wonder if I can make it to Dark Bramble. At the very least, maybe I can get rid of my oxygen. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I need to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna slowly drift towards Dark Bramble. But... oh, it paused. Well, let's take a break. Be right back. But I'm still gonna switch into the game so it's slowly drifting. Okay. The game. And I did make some progress. That's not good. Whoa. Well, I can take a look around here. Before I obviously die of oxygen, because frick it. I want to go to the north area. Or South Pole area. Failed. Well, dying of oxygen here in 2 seconds. Oh well. I need to restart anyway. Okay, let's head straight to Brittle Hollow. Read more up in that area, and hopefully it'll tell me more of what I need to know. Because there's still the electricity, and I don't know how to get past that. If I can't figure out anything there, let's head to the Ash Twins and see if we can't find anything there. You do an extra gasp when you die of oxygen depletion. Okay. Where is Brittle Hollow? Please don't crash into the moon. Thank you. There's also this space station floating super close that I have no idea about, because that's not the Ash Twins. That's something else. Okay, so there's the crash site. Nope, wrong direction. We already explored that. Trippy. Bad. Southern Observatory. Okay, let's book it. Before things start to crumble too much. Why? Bad game. Where does this go? Tower of Quantum Knowledge. Don't want to go there. Whatever. I think, though, that may have been another way to go. Wait. How do I switch to this? Can't from here. So let's switch you. There we go. We'll head back. Then we'll head up. Looks like there's a way over from there. Maybe. Actually, I'm curious if talking to him does anything, because I haven't talked to him in a bit. Oh, new launch. That's great. Well, I guess it means it's been a while, huh? Well, Brittle Hollow. Let's history. I'm in a hurry. Can I ask you something?
Sure, of course. Anything you want.
I learned something. Oh, cool. Saw the old settlement.
Isn't it amazing? Hard to believe the settlement's still standing, but there it is. It really makes you appreciate living somewhere like Timberhearth, you know? Somewhere that isn't being constantly bombarded with meteors and rocks and stuff. Found in my writing about a quantum pilgrimage. A pilgrimage to the quantum moon that I mentioned the quantum moon in a lot of their writing. was clearly special to them. And, special enough to make a trip there by themselves. Sounds like a coming-of-age ritual, like how hatchlings stay hatchlings until their stomachs are strong enough to drink sap wine. Maybe once a Nomai journeyed to the quantum moon, they were considered an adult. Found the name of my escape pod. Wow. So then the Nomai probably came here from somewhere outside the solar system. And they must have been in trouble when they launched their escape pod. But what kind of trouble? And where did the escape pod launch from? I'm so curious. This is an amazing discovery. I hope we can find out more about why the Nomai arrived here. I saw Hanging City. You visited the Hanging City. Oh gosh, how was it? Was it amazing? Was it beautiful? Was it scary? The Hanging City is where the Nomai settled permanently on Brittle. It was their most advanced settlement here. Why, they chose to build their most advanced settlement so close to you-know-what is beyond me. Maybe that kind of thing makes sense to Nomai, though. Maybe they needed the black hole for something. Okay, I think that's... never mind. See you later. Okay, let's go up here. Actually, maybe I can... This keeps going up. Maybe I can get to the, well... Gravity cannon. Okay, so the gravity cannon is the ship. Okay. Maybe I can get over here soon enough before too much stuff crumbles and actually make it to Southern Observatory like I was trying to. There we go. Can I, let me... Options. There's Gamma. Oh, it's already up all the way. Okay, cool. This is just a dark game even with Gamma. Did I ever go up here? Crossroads. I've been up here. Yes, I have. Yeah, I have. Yes, the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so the floor between didn't really have anything on it. Okay. Let's hope that not too much has crumbled and I can make it to Southern Observatory. I am heading in a southwardly direction. Okay. There we go. This seems to be the right way.
Okay, whew. Got caught. Perfect. And now I can follow the paths, which... Go. Another... over here. Whoop. There was something up here, right? Yeah, right here. Go. Okay, I guess I do have to go through that little crevice here. Whoop. That's a problem. Whoop. There we go. Woo. Oh, frick. Did I just go around in a circle? Gosh dang it. No? Maybe? Here we go. This seems like the right way. No, that's where I was. Gosh dang it. Oh, I see where I need to go. Okay.
I'm here. I did it. I put the ship down safely. The ship went down and I didn't sustain bodily harm. A few minor repairs, and it's like the ship never even hit those rocks. One of my better attempts, Feldspar would barely have laughed at me, I bet. That's good. That's the good news. The bad news is I found a way inside the structure. I haven't found our way inside the structure yet. The door's broken, and I know I'm not great at exploring, but I think I would have found a different entrance by now if there were one. Probably. I can't get inside from here. I know our paths below the surface. I'm going to head north to the ruins on the Ecuador to find a way down. Yep.
Somehow missed this whole thing. But anyway. It's fine. So I did look at these already, I'm 90% sure. Let's read this and hope the sun doesn't explode before I'm done. What have we learned thus far in our search for the Eye of the Universe? Based on our knowledge of the quantum moon, our knowledge of the quantum moon, we believe the Eye is in orbit around the star's system's sun. This would mean the Eye is located within a finite, albeit enormous, range. Those of us on the vessel originally followed the Eye's signal to the star system, but we were unable to warp to the Eye itself. The locator we built on the Alta Rock, and the new, more sensitive locator we built here were both unable to detect any trace of the Eye's signal.
Hypothesis: the eye has stopped emitting its signal.
Suppose the eye doesn't wish to be found. How can you suggest that? The eye's signal called out to summon us to this star system. I'm aware. I grew up hearing the eye's story, yet we're no closer to finding it than we were when you first arrived here. Yeah, so we can see all that stuff. And we got the eye. Okay. Oh. Unable to determine orbit. No signal detected matching any known criteria for the eye of the universe.
How should our method change as we continue our search for the eye of the universe?
We know what the eye looks like, thanks to the quantum moon. So what if we try to find the eye visually instead? Let's send out a probe.
Mallow's idea is
Clever, but we've no idea where the eye is in relation to here. The probability of launching a probe in the correct direction would be absurdly small. I believe I have a solution for that problem. Have you spoken with Rami and Pi about the technology they're developing?
as we couldn't find the eye's signal using 2 different devices built for this exact purpose. We should discontinue this search method.
You need to build a probe launching mechanism to cover those long distances quickly. A cannon in orbit around a celestial body would circumvent the need to escape gravity's pull.
Giant Steep would be a good choice.
Giant Steep would be a good choice. It's furthest from the sun, so it would provide the best angles for launch, and it's moonless except when the quantum moon is visiting. Yes, let's build the cannon in orbit around Giant Steep. This is the Giant Steep projection stone. Yep. So, nothing special. I am low on fuel. I wonder if I can get some at the ship up here. Ship is this way. Quantum moon. Bye, quantum moon. I know. Look, my goal is just to get back to my ship, and then I can figure something else out from there. Ow. Just face planting stuff. Now. That hurt. Fine, I'm at the ship. I can heal up. So I guess I can go talk to Gabbro maybe about what he might know about the electrical part. I could also try finding Feldspar, but that would require me to go to Have I discovered everything here? Yes. Probably, yeah. Okay. That's all the stuff I just learned. Probably launching the probe was bad. Stop searching for the eye signal, instead look for visually. I'm assuming what I found over here is the eye. Stranger. Get back to that, though. The gray is kind of modern stuff. Let's go to Gabros Island. And see... Let's check out the interloper, but there we are. I mean, I could try and figure out more about the quantum moon, but I need to go to the Astrons to do that, so... So I'm missing one piece about how to get to the North Pole. Gabros Island? No, that's... Oh, no, that is Gabros Island. Cool. Oh, I just don't think I ever got close enough to Gabbro for it to be... Can use him, I guess? Whoa, that was weird. Oh yeah, so it is his. You know, I kind of wish I built a hammock here before we ended up... Wish I'd built a hammock here before we ended up in this time loop. Okay. How do you stay so calm in the face of impending death? Deep breaths. No, seriously, I meditate. Want me to teach you? I'll be in the next loop before you know it. Sure, why not? Close your eyes. Oh, this just resets me. Okay. Well, that was unhelpful. Well, at least I got finished up Brittle Hollow. Hi, Quantum Moon. What's that? Oh, is that the satellite? I'm not the satellite. Boop. There we go. Watch me crash into this thing. There we go.
My time, buddy. How's space treating you this loop?
I saw your ship again. It's having fun. Did you say hi for me? I found something nice. I found what happened to the orbital probe cannon.
Whoa, the cannon's breaking apart. It's ready to chime through. Figure out why?
Too much power.
It's kind of scary how much that sounds like something Slate or Feldspar would do. I'm pretty surprised that Nomai built something that actually broke. Come to think of it. Though, broke might be the wrong word, because it looks like the orbital probe cannon is still firing successfully at the beginning of each time loop.
I reached the inside of Statue Island.
But Mike created those head statues. Remember?
Yeah, okay. I already told him all this. Okay. Strong current. Four islands. Okay. Well, I'm at a loss for how to get below the lightning. So, let's go to the Ash Twins. Whoa. Why? Probably hit a tree, actually. Okay, where's the sun? There it is. I'm actually curious about this thing. Wait, where'd it go? Never mind. So, guess we'll just land somewhere. Actually, didn't they crash somewhere? Ah, here we are. Let's go here. There we go. There we go. Escape pod 2. Anona, we need status reports for all systems. But initial things first. Is everyone unarmed?
Our escape pods passengers are afraid, but physically well. And Anona, everyone survived the crash.
This is relief, at least. You have my gratitude. Burr, were you able to find other escape pods' distress signals?
I can hear both signals somewhere in the stars.
I can hear both signals somewhere in the star system, but I don't believe either escape pod crashed on the same planet as us. Escape pod 2 vessel has been mortally injured. Vessel has been mortally injured. Emergency sequence activated. Waiting departure from vessel. Escape pod 3 now launching escape pod 2. Collision imminent. Prepare for impact. Scanning external environment. Scan complete. External temperature is prohibitively high. Verdict: inhospitable. Do not seek shelter on planet surface. Heat from the star system's sun is more bearable below the surface. When our escape pod punctured this planet's surface, it broke into what scans show as a cave system with much cool air. I'd recommend we seek a site down there to build a long-term shelter, Nona. But these passages are a maze. Even with this danger, they are still our best chances for survival. We'll form teams and descend into the caves to look for a shelter site. We can mark our findings on the walls to avoid becoming irreversibly lost. Be cautious, everyone.
And be aware of the sand as you search. It appears to be rising gradually.
Do not follow this tunnel to its end. Coleus and I will examine the horror that lies at its terminus later, provided we live through this. That must be where the anglerfish is. The way to study to get past brambles.
Keep moving, friends. There's nothing interesting at the end of this passage but rocks. And while these rocks are interesting, they can wait until a less urgent time.
Finish the escape hatch. Milore. We have found an enormous cavern at the end of this passage that appears promising. I believe we could construct long-term shelter there. The cavern Milore found is a wise choice for shelter. Could one of you mark directions for the others to follow? This is the start of the path to the shelter site. I've left directions to guide you there. Of note, we must hurry, as the pathway there is filling with sand. Do not allow yourself to be buried by sand, and make sure no one is lost. Of note, this passage leads to breathable air. Refill your supply tank there. We cannot tell how far or deep these tunnels may wind, but do not linger, as the area is exposed to the heat of this alien sun. Okay, so it was this way? Horror, yeah. So this is probably where we need to go to find... Oh. Never mind. So, I need to find another way around. Got it. No, okay. Sand. Was dead end but interesting rocks? Yeah, let's go this way first. Yeah, interesting rocks. That was a lot faster of a dead end than I thought it was going to be. Passage. Let's go this way, because I don't want to go to the town, because I feel like that will be... This way just led to... breathable air. Fill your air supply tanks and return quickly. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's go to the last direction. Oh. Okay. The path to the shelter...
The path to the shelter site is somewhat convoluted, so follow the instructions ahead closely. Reach the shelter site, walk forward until you meet the sandfall at the pit. Then turn left, continue to the room filled with rock column formations, and climb upward through the opening above them. Sand here is rising, so you must be cautious but swift.
Shelter site, walk forward until you meet the sandfall. Then turn left. Continue to the room filled with rock columns. Rock column formation, and climb upward through the opening above them. Okay. So turn left. Ship is over there. Okay, so the scout's over there, and that's kind of what I would like to get to. We got the columns. And go up. Right? And then, yep. I mean, worst case, I can come back here, but...
Be cautious crossing the chasm ahead. The bridge Mallory and I crafted will do its job, but it isn't strong. Once on the far side, look for the tunnel hidden behind the falling sand. Follow it, and you'll reach the shelter site.
I might as well... Yes, this is the other side of the falling sand. Okay. Through the sand.
Doing well. There's only a little farther left to go now until you reach the shelter site. You can rest there. Hurry before the sand comes. Blog.
Can I get to the creature from here? We are meeting in the fossil fish cave to play the game. If you're too big to climb through the anglerfish overlook hole. You have to go the long way, but it isn't far. Go to the stepping stone cave, and then up and into the fossil fish cave. I tried to get to the fossil fish through stepping stone cave, but I couldn't find the entrance. Where is it? Target can't fit through the anglerfish overlook hole anymore because he grew bigger. He's taller than Labby now. Who cares? Felix is still tallest. Remember to feed the fossil fish first. If you go to the anglerfish overlook and throw a light into his mouth, he'll show you the way. Okay. They're weird beds. Stepping stone cave. Okay, so this seems to be the way. I'll explore this city another time. Well, let's go in here first. Area's kind of full of sand, which is a problem. Right above here. We are playing the fossil fish game tonight. I fed the fossil fish a new lantern. If you go to Stepping Stone Cave, the entrance to the fossil fish cave is easy to see now. Gratitude, Solanum. It's good that you're small enough to climb through the hole at the angelfish overlook. I'm still small enough. It won't be for long. Mom and Dad are tall, and so you and I will be tall too. Uh, 3 minutes of oxygen remaining. Oh wait, I'm over here. Okay. This leads to nowhere. Hopefully. I make it somewhere. Ah, here we are. Whoever was it when we ended last time is the anglerfish. Real change, the anglerfish now has to wear a blindfold and do not peek. Why are we changing it? It's too hard if you can't see anything. Aunt Pie says the real anglerfish are blind, so you have to wear a blindfold. The rule stands. Rule update, it's okay if younger kids don't wear the blindfold when they're it. The rest of us will still wear it for scientific accuracy and to make the game more even. The rest of us, the little fish, line up against the one wall. When the anglerfish says go, the little fish sneak across to the other side. The anglerfish catches you, you're eaten. Last little fish to be caught is the new anglerfish. The old anglerfish gives the new anglerfish the blindfold and becomes a little fish. Yeah, so they're blind, okay. Interloper's close. Get out of here. No. That's terrifying. Well, let's go to the bramble. Now that I know about the anglerfish. I'd also try going to the interloper, but I know the first time I tested out this game, I did go to the interloper, and I don't remember much interesting. There was probably something, though. Look, the autopilot killed me. I didn't disable autopilot to try and get away, and then still failed. When I first tried out this game, I literally just dove right into the sun on accident the first time. I was just like, you're getting the hang of the controls. Launched, and then immediately went into the sun. Ash Twins Quantum Moon. I need to figure out more. Oh yeah, I did want to figure out the Ash Twins Quantum Moon thing, but I also want to go to that thing. So if I stabilize my speed, wait for it to come around. Okay, let's go. That's gonna be hard to land on. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be completely honest with you. I feel like that's gonna be hard to land on. Because like once you get towards the sun, you just start accelerating a lot, and it's hard to stop. Well, have I gone around and talked to people in the town after I died the first time? I don't think so. I should do that. I know that that is a thing, because I did it the first time I played this game for a little bit. But I remember it wasn't super interesting, but I should do it still. Everyone was just like, I don't know what you're talking about. Go. I want to make sure I wasn't gonna die to the sun. So they're blind. I feel like that means as long as I'm not making noise. Or I can shoot the scout launcher to make noise, maybe. So one thing I'm curious about first off is if there's anything like around the Dark Bramble. Let's see. Anything here? There's a rock. And that's a rock fact. Okay, never mind. I saw that thing and saw that it was different and wanted to check it out, but apparently it's nothing. I'm curious what the Dark Bramble has to do with any of this, though. Let's keep a lookout. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's much, so let's... go into one of these holes. Why is this red? I'm very curious. Good. I'm trying to recall if the scout launch or not. Terrifying. Let's try and find Feldspar. I kind of had an idea that this is how you'd find him for a long while, so. Because obviously, you know, you can hear him coming from the bramble at Timber Hearth. It's different. Okay. Okay. I can't help but following the red is a thing, but... Oh. Okay, found him. Let me... Okay, I think I'm going to need to... come around from the other side. There we go. Man, let me in. Okay, good enough.
Wow! Where'd you come from? No one's coming here. Well, ever, actually. That makes you the second Harpian to ever reach Dark Bramble. After me, of course. Well done! Say, it's you. They made you an astronaut. And you haven't blown yourself up. Good for you. Have you been in Dark Bramble all this time? Depends on how long all this time is. I've been here a while, I guess, ever since I crashed my ship into that That is, ever since my daring escape from the jaws of an anglerfish.
Tell me about your flying prowess.
Ha, you flatter me. I like you. My story goes like this. I just finished exploring the core of Giant's Deep and wanted to try my hand at Dark Bramble, seeing as no one has ever no one had ever been before. Getting around the Dark Bramble is easy, mind you. Once you dodged one massive interdimensional vine bristling with thorns, you've dodged them all. But after a while, I ran into these huge anglerfish. You've seen them, big, gnarly things. And this was the biggest one I've ever seen. I pull a few stunts and try to shake the thing off. Nothing too fancy. I'm going full speed when the fish clips me, knocks me into a vine, and, well, like I said, I crash. Blammo! On impact, my ship starts making noises like it's coming apart from the inside. And I think, well, that ain't great. Sure enough, I barely get out of there before the electro system starts sparking like crazy. It's either move fast or die unpleasantly, so I had to put a little distance between me and my poor fried ship. I camped out where I crashed at first. I found the skeleton later. Great find. Would have been stupid not to use it. So I moved my setup over here and planted my emergency tree seeds. Been here ever since. I can't believe you didn't die. You know, in the old days, I used to think the same thing every time I came back from a flight in one piece. These days, I'm used to it. Anyway, that's how it all went down, Hatchlin. Story's over, but feel free to stay and enjoy the fire a while. Or don't, fire's not going anywhere. Anyway, anything else you wanted?
Reach the core of Giant's Deep. How'd you do it?
Giant's Deep core, huh? Ah, that's a wild one. Since you're asking, I gotta assume you haven't made it down there yourself yet, right? If I tell you how, it kind of feels like cheating. On a completely unrelated note, that sure was a big hollow vine my ship crashed into, yep. If I were you, I'd go take a walk and see where it ends. You'll, want to go to the tail end of this anglerfish skeleton here and look for a flickering light in the fog. That'll be my old ship. Path starts there.
So I'm more curious. Do I end up back here? Flickering light. Might just be an anglerfish. Nope. Okay. Well, it gives me the same kind of shock as... You mentioned following the vine. This way doesn't seem to lead anywhere. Let's go the other way. Whoa. Interesting. One of those jellyfish, I guess. Trip 4. Entry number, I'm gonna say not 1. Crashes 3. Boring crashes 0. A personal best. Whoa! Never thought I'd see one of these beasties outside a Giant's Deep. They were awfully useful back there. Maybe a jellyfish could be useful here, too. Blurg. This thing tastes terrible. The outside is all rubbery and tough. Maybe that's because the It insulates the jellyfish inside from getting zapped by electricity. Right, I'm going inside the jellyfish interior cavity to see if what's in there tastes any better. Okay. Note to Feldspar, do not eat this even if you are dying. It would be too sad if this were the last thing you ever ate in this life. I guess the jellyfish are only useful in insulating from electricity. Again, do not eat. Love Feldspar. Okay, I knew it had something to do with jellyfish. They seemed to zap me, so that's why I was confused. Well, I knew that was an option. Fascinating. Whoop. Okay. Go back over here. Let's refuel some stuff before doing anything else. Okay, let's see what else you have to say. Hey, Hatchin, pull up marshmallow and stick. Where's your ship? Not far from here, as a matter of fact. You go straight past the tail of the anglerfish skeleton and flickering light and fog. Follow that, and you'll find my old ship. What's left of it, anyway? What happened to the anglerfish? Oh, the skeleton? It was like this when I got here. As near as I can tell, the anglerfish must have been chewing on the vine and eating the seed, and then the seed grew in the poor fish's stomach until this happened. Gross, huh? The skeleton was a good find. Keeps the fish away. They see they're territorial, so they mostly avoid each other. That's why I set up camp here. Hey, Hatchin, pull up the marshmallow. Okay. Didn't I tell ground control to come get you? Well, yeah, sure, whenever you have the time. Frankly, I kind of like it out here. Quiet, peaceful-ish. You're a little young to understand, but it's a lot of pressure being the best that ever was. Been nice to have a break. Where should I explore here? That's the spirit. Anywhere's good, but you should know that the space is weird here. Insanely. Intensely. Something like that. Ever tried throwing your scout into one of these weird seeds? See there? With the little opening? It's just big enough to launch one through. Scout tracker will tell you that the scout is in two places at once. But I don't think that's wrong, exactly, because the space doesn't work right in here. The seed looks small, see, but inside it's bigger. Much bigger. I had a lot of time to think about this, and my theory is space in Dark Bramble kind of expands as you go through each sphere. That's why it's bigger on the inside those seeds. Well, that's my theory. Keep that in mind while you're exploring Dark Bramble, and maybe you won't get lost inside forever. Good luck! Found some. Lay it on me, Hatchling. I found the frozen jellyfish near your ship. Ha! So the old thing's still there, is it? That's where I first camped. Out after crash, you know? It was pretty cozy inside. It doesn't lack the structural integrity and indomitable spirit of a camp made in the shelter of this very... It does lack the structural integrity and indomitable spirit of a camp made from the shelter of the very bones of the species that tried to eat you, I suppose. Still, very cozy. Found dark bramble seed on Timberhearth. That's bad business, Ashlyn. As Chert will tell you, if you so much as glance in Dark Bramble's direction, there used to be a fifth planet where the bramble is now. This infernal planet appeared at the center to keep growing and growing and growing until it shattered the planet and scattered its pieces across space. If we don't get that seed you found sorted real quick, like I suspect Timberhearth will be heading toward the same fate. And I tell you what, we Hearthians have overcome far too much to be done in by some worthless seed. found my writing saying anglerfish are blind. Aha! So the blasted thing do have a weakness. Meaning my fly as fast as I can approach dealing with them could have been a bit more thought behind. Could have used a bit more thought behind it. Ah well, at least they didn't eat me. All's well that ends well, eh, hatchling? Actually, never mind. Nothing you want to share with me? Sounds like you're ready to get out there and start exploring. Okay. Okay, so now I know how to get past them in the second spot. I need to use the jellyfish somehow. But let's check out this area a little more. I'm very curious about the red, because the red was very different. Yeah, that's just that angler fish. Got the flickering light. Is there another light somewhere? I might want to just do a reset. Let's just do a reset. Probably gonna be the easiest way. Ah. I'm very curious if you can get a golden brown marshmallow. There we go, it's cooking, but not burning. Meh. Okay, let's reset. Maybe just wait long enough, it resets. Probably. Although, this does give me a question of how long it takes. Or how long the loop is. Can't doze off. Probably because the sun's exploding right now. But it still takes a second to reach here because I'm far away. punch through it. Does that mean they're on the other side? Way out. There we go. Oh yeah, it does. Okay. I'll now know for the future. Okay, that's somewhere to check out another time. I'll keep it in mind for the future. Black. Okay, so now you figure out how to use the jellyfish. Let's use the jellyfish. Use and abuse. Go, go, go! I got both secrets, to some degree. While you're autopiloting. Okay, found escape pod 2, Sun City, Anglerfish Fossil, Feldspars Camp, Frozen Jellyfish. No many children used to play in the game here. The anglerfish and workers are blind if folded. The rest of the children little fish line up against the wall. When the anglerfish said go, the little fish sneak across. Blindfold rules dead because the real anglerfish are blind. One of the 3 Nomai escape pods crashed in the solar system. All 3 escape pods were launched from something called the Vessel, which was badly damaged. There's more to explore in the city, but Nomai City built in the walls of a huge underground cavern. The city is divided vertically into 4 districts. Feldspars are alive. They crashed the ship and is now camping inside a huge anglerfish skeleton. Feldspar doesn't think my scout tracker is wrong when it says the scout is in 2 places at once. They have a theory that it doesn't work the same inside Dark Bramble. That space doesn't work the same inside Dark Bramble. Feldspar doesn't sound overly eager to return to civilization. They've been enjoying their relative peace and quiet. Feldspar documented their attempts to eat the enormous jellyfish frozen in the ice. The outside was all rubbery and tough, possibly because it's insulated and insulates the jellyfish inside from the getting zapped by electricity. Feldspar decided to venture into the jellyfish interior cavity to see if it tasted any better inside. After tasting the inside of the jellyfish, Feldspar concluded that these jellyfish are only useful for insulating from electricity. Okay. Let's go. Wow. Okay. Clockwise. 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 Counterclockwise. Okay, let's find a jellyfish. You know what? Okay. I have a theory. Oh fuck! I forgot about my freaking dumbass. like, I have very bad control swimming in here. That would be because I didn't have any control. Okay, let's try that again. Gotta stop drowning myself. Go. Clockwise, 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 counterclockwise. Do I need to go in them personally? Okay. Back to my ship. Eel, and try something else. Also find another jellyfish. There's one right here. Oh. Okay, so if you're going from the bottom, get inside of them. Okay. There we go. A little solid core. Here's the thing I needed. How do I get in? Here? Nope. Ah, here we are. It was finally telling me something new. Here we are. Mallow. Imagine, Privet, the probe tracking module will be the first to know the coordinates of the eye of the universe. You'll be the first to see them. I am honored and terrified. You won't ask the orbital probe cannon to use so much power that it breaks, will you? Fret not, my nervous friend. We only need to fire the probe once. Anyway, so who minds if it compromises the orbital probe cannon's structural integrity slightly? I would mind, Mallow. I would mind, because we won't be capable of receiving our probe's data if the probe tracking module is destroyed. Yep. This Astron project, which is going to be the heads, right? Yep. Is this same? I have exciting news, Privet. The Astrons project is almost prepared to receive the probe data from the orbital probe cannon. Raimi is adding some finishing touches here, but she'll be finished soon. Are you in the orbital probe cannon well? We are! The statue here is in the probe tracking module is ready to record each launch's flight trajectory and will automatically transmit all relevant data to you. On the other appendage, I'm now worried about this cannon's structural integrity and its crew's moral integrity. Once the probe determines the location of the eye of the universe, I'll send an alert directly to you and Raimi. Okay, let's check out the other side. Zap it. There we go. Jeez. Okay. It's not, that doesn't have anything. Oh, no, there it is. Receiving data from probe. 9,318,080. Visualizing current trajectory of probe. Okay. Probe is, yeah, just super far away. Cool. Little trajectory beams. Whoa. Retrieving previous launch data from Ash Twins. Total number of probes launched. Oh, okay, so the idea was when it fired, it would send out a different one every time, and you could do it with only, like, without wasting time. Okay. Deep space anomaly matching all known criteria for that of the universe found by probe 9318405. Oh, so this tells me how many loops, so probably. Retrieving stored coordinates from Ash Twins. Displaying coordinates from the eye, for the eye of the universe. I wasn't paying attention to the center. so we got this. And then it shows trajectory. Okay. So what is this? Is this a dark bramble thing? Doesn't really look like it. Okay, any jellyfish? Does that mean back down or up? Up. Handy that. Honestly, I think I found everything in Giant's Deep then. Definitely more to explore on the Brambles, definitely more to explore on the Ash Twins. Doot 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 doot. Come on. I really should have figured out which direction my ship was before, you know, coming out of the center, because going around is obviously much harder. Above the current or below? I don't want to go above the current if it's not above the current. But it does appear to be above the current. There we go. Guess it floated up. Okay. Since I don't have a ton of time, I feel like let's wrong button. There we go. Try and see if we can't get on that thing again. Because we'll probably have to end after this. is that thing? I don't feel like it should take that long to orbit. Where is it? Does it go away after a while? Well, I guess we can go... Oh, no. There we go. Okay. That's the one I want to go to. Now, what the frick is going on here? Got a temple thing of some kind.
Here's our first delivery, Yarrow. One warped core fresh from the Black Hole Forge. Root is installing the core stabilizing sibling on Brittle Hollow as I write this. Core sibling on Brittle Hollow as I write this.
My gratitude, Clary. With this, the Ash Twin project is underway. I confess, I'm deeply curious about what you and Boki found on the Whitehole station that started this project. Could I visit sometime to learn more?
I recommend you do. The Whitehole station is the model for the tower being built for the Ash Twin project, so a visit to the station would be doubly useful.
I suppose more precisely, I would like to visit the Whitehole station with you, Clary. Hero, stop using the scroll wall to flirt with my sister. In romantic matters, her density rivals a neutron star's. And go meet her on the Whitehole station.
I'll be happy to explain our findings. I wish I could wait here for you to arrive with the forge and find finished work there. Is calling. I'll return with more material soon.
Oh, frick. That was dumb. There we go. Is this a different one? Or the same one? No, this is different because it's got a lock. One's different. What is this? How do I get... Whoa! Departure. Arrival. Return warp status charged. Step on the warp receiver climb to activate return warp. Oh. Okay. Is there a way to know which one I'm getting warped to? obviously... Okay, and this will be Brittle Hollow? No. I'm curious. There are other ones. Does this just go to that one? Seems so. Whoa. That's not good. That's not good. So, do these all have different... Oh, this one's lined up with... another one, maybe? Okay, so maybe each one of these have a different teleportation spot? Maybe? I mean, if it does, it doesn't seem to indicate which one. Sun's blowing up. Ow, come on. Sun's blowing up. Come on, get in here. Okay, that didn't really do much. Okay, well, now that the Ash Twin is gone. Different one or the same one? And does it matter? Woo! Ow. Okay. I just want to see, I just want to make sure I go to each one and make sure I didn't, you know, go to one twice. So I assume the Ash Twin project is in here. In this one. Just a theory, but... Huh. Who knows? where we're gonna have to end it today, though. Okay. Oh, meditate until next loop. That's an option now. That's good to know. I can just do a new loop. That'll have to be for next time. Thank you all very much for watching. If you liked, you can follow. If you really liked, you can subscribe. If you need more convincing, you can check me out on YouTube, and the link is down below. If you are on YouTube, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And if you need more convincing, you can check out another video up here. Until next time.